Hi, welcome back to the garden. Before we get into it, don't forget to click subscribe and that little bell icon. It's 2023, y'all know how the internet works by now. You can figure it out. Okay, let's start over here. These are calamansi trees, or morongai trees, sorry. They're Filipino trees, that's another one. My wife cut the tops off and replanted the tops. So the hope was that they'd produce new buds out the side, and as you can see, they are. You basically eat the leaves out of these plants. Now, granted, they're not producing a lot of buds. I can get my hand behind there so it'll focus. There you go. But there's a little bit there. If you look over here at one of the last of my tomato buckets, we're still got, it's December 1st, and we still got flowers and fruit. The fruit's starting to turn colors, though, so those are probably going to be small. And if I go over here to my bucket pepper, that is absolutely covered with flowers. And it's got a few very small fruits. I think I've got some sort of disease on this, though, because the leaves are starting to curl up, and it's a lot lighter color than it should be. And it just rained yesterday. Still need to get that garden bed done. Over here, the onions that we planted a couple weeks ago are well, they're putting up greens. They're starting to look like healthy, happy onions. I do have some grass in here, so like it needs to be weeded when we get time, which I won't do on video. It's weeding, you know how this goes. Now, over here, we've got some bell peppers and serrano peppers. And I think the lesson here is next year I'm going to put tomato cages around the peppers, because these are just completely falling over. Like this that's got peppers touching the ground. But they seem to be okay. So I'll let those continue. My chard this plant right here is Swiss chard. And as you can see, it's kind of turning into a forest of chard. Now, I've got slightly leathery leaves. But that thing is huge. I need to harvest some and dehydrate it for the winter. I'm still working on getting this bed full of soil. I'm almost all the way done. I dumped some of the chard plants out of tires into here, and one of them's just growing. That plant has got to be almost 3 years old at this point, because we brought that from our old house in Austin, and that thing just keeps going. That doesn't want to die. Okay, over on the peppers, these are Thai chilies, and then I've got some serranos mixed in. I think, once again, I think I've got some sort of disease here, because this is all turning a yellow color and just looks unhealthy. Like the leaves are curling a bit. Oh, that one just fell off of my hand. But on the flip side, it's still producing, so I need to come out here and harvest it when I get time. Like this serrano-ish thing is still producing. That one is. I got peppers everywhere. And this is after giving away a couple bags of peppers at church. So I'll harvest these and probably dehydrate some of them. There's a couple more pepper plants that I cut down and tried to kill, and they're producing more. If I come over here, this whole mess is 3 cherry tomato plants, and they are producing cherry tomatoes. None of them have started to turn red yet, so I haven't harvested any of the cherry tomatoes this fall. Realize it's December, and they're still happily growing. I haven't been pruning off the suckers on these, so they're bigger than they should be. Over here, this kind of nasty looking thing is my one surviving heirloom tomato. And as you can see, if we look down here, it has got a lot of, flowers coming up. So this thing has produced all of 2 fruits this year, but it's putting on a bunch of flowers, so maybe it'll try. And then over there, we've got some more tomatoes. Now, it's December. We're going to freeze out within 3 weeks. So I haven't been keeping up on pruning these at all. Like, if you look there, that sucker there should have been pruned off. But they're going to die so soon, I'm not really all that concerned about it. When things freeze, the water inside the plants expands, and it will basically break the cells open and kill every cell in the plant. So, yeah, they're going to die. Over here, I've got my calamansi tree, or my wife's calamansi tree. And it seems to be healthy and doing well. We've got like one bad leaf on it there. I put posts around it so I wouldn't accidentally run the lawnmower over. It's still short though. So I'm hoping that that's putting out a good root system. That's pretty much it for the garden. It's been getting... I don't know what that sound was. Anyways, it's been getting cold, and it gets dark at like 5:30 at night. So I haven't been able to do much out here. I do want to share, before we go inside and see the rest of what's going on, I do want to share Bible verse. My wife and I have been reading through Proverbs every morning, and I just came across a few things this morning that seem relevant. So let's start with Proverbs 12, verse 11. He who tills his land is satisfied with bread, but he who pursues vanity is lacking heart. So, till some land up. Okay, welcome to my office, sort of. Well, actually, this is my office, but anyways, let's continue. As you can see there, I have put the chicken brooder back together. I found a hatchery that's local to me, well, semi-local, it's over an hour drive, to me in Texas, and I've managed to order 7 birds hatching in December. So I should have 4, well, hold on. So basically I should have 4, I think called them Gold Stars. It's a Rhode Island Red, Rhode Island White Cross. I had those last time. They were very nice birds, great personality, laid like crazy. So I'm hoping the next ones are similar. And I got 3 barred rocks. The barred rocks have to be event sexed, so accuracy on the gender on those is only about 90%. So I figure with 3 of them, I've got a chance of getting a rooster. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully I'll get a rooster. But I've put the brooder back together, as you can see behind me. It's kind of another Bible verse I was reading this morning. If we just go one verse back, Proverbs 12, verse 10, the righteous regard the life of his beast, but the compassion of the wrong is cruelty. So, as you'll see there, I've got waterers set up. On the waterers, I'm putting, I'm not sure if you can see that. So, on the waterers, I'm actually putting a bunch of dice in the bottom. Baby chicks supposedly will drown themselves in water occasionally. So that's just to prevent them from being able to do that. They can still drink once I put water in there, but they're not going to be able to, like, really get their heads in. And then over in the back, I've got a feeder. I've actually got a second feeder I just haven't washed. It's going to go back there. And then a warming plate. We call that mama. Basically, the chicks go under there to warm up, just like like in the wild, they go under their mother for warmth. And I've also got, if you look over there, a light, so that's going to act as a night light, and they can sort of see out the window. This actually gets pretty well lit through that window, so they should get used to a natural daylight cycle. So that's all for this week. If you haven't already, you should probably start a garden, because if nothing else, you get to wear a cool hat.